Lee Marvin. Just hearing the name, people conjure up the image of a rugged, cold, and powerful man on screen. With classic roles from terrifying villains to reluctant heroes, Marvin etched himself as an unmistakable Hollywood icon. He embodied toughness, a man who seemed to never back down from any challenge. Yet behind that steely exterior lay haunting, hidden depths that few knew. Now, as Lee Marvin's personal demons are slowly revealed, we'll have the chance to re-examine a cinematic legend through a more authentic and profound lens. Hero or villain? Lee Marvin's rise to stardom wasn't an overnight phenomenon. His career was a long, persistent journey starting with minor supporting roles in the 1950s, where he gradually established a mold for characters with depth and personality. With his tall stature, rugged, angular face, sharp, knife-like eyes, and distinctive gravelly voice, Marvin was easily chosen by directors for tough, villainous roles, tenacious gangsters, or hardened soldiers. Whether in dark film noirs like The Big Heat, 1953, or burgeoning television dramas, his screen presence always left a powerful impression and underlying threat that required few words. Then the 1960s truly became Lee Marvin's golden age, propelling him from a talented supporting actor to an A-list star. He continuously diversified his roles, breaking free from the stereotype of a mere bad guy. The most notable example is his brilliant dual role in the Western comedy Cat Ballou, 1965, where he transformed into the drunken but kind-hearted Kid Shalene and the cold-blooded hired gun Tim Strawn. The dramatic contrast between these two characters earned him a prestigious Academy Award for Best Actor, a testament to Marvin's exceptional and versatile acting ability. Following that success, Lee Marvin continued to solidify his position through a series of other acclaimed works. He became the embodiment of toughness, courage, and sometimes defiance in many war and action roles. Highlights include his portrayal of Major John Reisman in the masterpiece The Dirty Dozen, 1967, a gruff but brilliant commander leading a squad of convicts on a suicide mission. Or his role in Point Blank, 1967, where he played Walker, a ruthless, unyielding man on a quest for revenge. Whether hero or villain, Marvin always delivered a haunting authenticity and intense energy that kept audiences glued to the screen. He didn't just act. He lived the characters, starkly portraying the instinct for survival, brutality, resilience, or sometimes the distorted beauty hidden deep within the human soul. The uniqueness of his portrayal defined a distinct acting style, making Lee Marvin one of the most unforgettable cinematic legends. Lee Marvin's personal haunts. Lee Marvin's tough, unyielding on-screen persona was only part of the story. Beneath those compelling performances lay a complex inner world tormented by deep, personal demons that perhaps few truly knew about. These struggles not only shaped him as a person, but also significantly influenced his relationships and even how he presented himself on screen. One of the key factors that shaped Lee Marvin's character and spirit were his horrific experiences in World War II. In 1944, at the age of 20, Marvin left school and joined the United States Marine Corps. He was a sniper with the 4th Marine Division participating in the brutal campaign on Saipan. This wasn't just a battle, it was a bloody massacre. Marvin witnessed some of the war's most terrifying scenes, lost many close comrades, and was himself severely wounded in the buttocks, requiring nearly a year of hospitalization. He was awarded the Purple Heart for his injuries. Physical scars might heal, but psychological wounds are harder to fade. Like many other veterans, Lee Marvin likely struggled with post-traumatic stress disorder (PTSD), even though the term wasn't widely known at the time. His near-death experiences, loss, and violence were deeply imprinted on his mind, manifesting in various ways. It's reported that Marvin frequently suffered from insomnia nightmares and unprovoked outbursts of anger. The hardened, cold demeanor he displayed in films could in part be a reflection of the defense mechanisms he developed to cope with the haunting memories from the battlefield. Friends and colleagues often recounted that he was unpredictable, prone to sudden explosions, but sometimes quiet and withdrawn. The intensity of his personality, sometimes seen as an artist's rebellious side, could in fact be the result of unhealed emotional wounds. Along with the lasting effects of war, Lee Marvin also faced another silent enemy: alcoholism. From the early years of his career, Marvin was known for his wild lifestyle, often drinking heavily. This addiction not only affected his health, but also caused countless problems in his personal life and career. Many stories tell of Marvin's drunken nights, leading to fights or impulsive actions. Although he was a talented actor, his unpredictable nature due to alcohol made many producers and directors hesitant to work with him. There were periods when he struggled to find roles because of his reputation for being difficult to collaborate with. The addiction created a vicious cycle. Work pressure and war trauma led him to alcohol as an escape, and alcohol in turn made his life even more chaotic. Although Marvin attempted to quit many times throughout his life, it remained an ongoing battle, leaving a deep mark on him. The internal conflict between his desire for control and his surrender to alcohol became an inseparable part of his life. Long-hidden secrets. Lee Marvin's emotional life was a complex tapestry of troubles and wounds. He experienced 3 marriages and several public relationships, but none were truly smooth. The relationship most known to the public was with Michelle Triola Marvin. Though never officially married after their separation in 1971, Triola filed a lawsuit against Marvin, seeking compensation for shared property under palimony law. This landmark case, which dragged on for years, was not only financially costly, but also severely impacted Lee Marvin's personal image, exposing the hidden facets of his private life to the public eye. Those close to Marvin often described him as a difficult man, sometimes crude and lacking subtlety in relationships. His impulsiveness, quick temper, and the influence of alcohol made it incredibly challenging for him to maintain healthy and lasting connections. Arguments, breakups, and family instability may have compounded his psychological burden, pushing him deeper into a cycle of loneliness and despair. Perhaps behind that tough exterior was a man striving for connection, but lacking the healthy ways to express his emotions. Becoming a Hollywood star brought glory and wealth, but also immense pressure. For Lee Marvin, who had cultivated a powerful villain or hero image, maintaining that public persona likely created a significant burden. He was expected to live up to certain expectations, which at times clashed with his true nature and personal issues. Life under the spotlight meant every action was scrutinized. Rumors and personal scandals, particularly the lawsuit with Michelle Triola, were thoroughly exploited by the media. This pressure might have exacerbated his alcoholism and underlying psychological problems. Marvin wasn't one for glamorous parties or the opulent Hollywood lifestyle. He often sought solitude or simply drinks as an escape. The disparity between his public image and his true self likely contributed to the inner turmoil he faced daily. Lee Marvin's deep-seated demons, whether lingering effects of war. His battle with alcohol or turbulent relationships were not just burdens, but may also have become the very material that shaped his unique acting talent. Ironically, it was the scars on his soul that helped him become one of the most sought-after actors of his time. Perhaps it was his painful experiences and struggles with personal issues that gave Marvin a rare depth and authenticity in his performances. He didn't just play roles. He seemed to live them, conveying the complexity and sometimes the darkness of human nature in a profoundly convincing way. When he transformed into a hardened veteran or a cold-blooded villain, audiences could feel a terrifying truth, as if he had truly experienced those very things. For instance, in his soldier roles, his ruggedness and eyes seasoned by battlefield experience weren't just acting techniques, but reflections of his own experiences on Saipan. His emotional volatility, at times a defiant indifference, also seemed to be part of a personality forged by internal battles. These demons didn't diminish his acting ability. On the contrary, they became a raw yet powerful source of inspiration, helping him portray multifaceted characters, not just heroic archetypes or villains, but real people with their own scratches and pains. This is what made Marvin special, an actor audiences couldn't help but be drawn to. Lee Marvin entered cinematic history not only as a talented actor, but also as an icon of strength and ruggedness, a captivating villain, or a rebellious hero. However, by exploring his personal demons, from the harsh scars of brutal warfare, his prolonged battle with alcohol, to the turbulence in his emotional life, we uncover a deeper truth. Marvin was a complex, contradictory human being. The demons within him didn't lessen the value of his legacy. Rather, they added depth and authenticity to his image both on screen and in real life. It was these internal struggles that likely honed Marvin's raw, visceral talent, an actor capable of conveying emotions with intense and haunting power. Lee Marvin's story serves as a powerful reminder that behind every title, every public image, there always exists a person with vulnerabilities, pains, and silent battles. Understanding these facets not only helps us perceive Lee Marvin more completely, but also fosters empathy for the burdens each individual carries throughout their life. What are your thoughts? Do darker sides truly make an artist greater and more authentic in the public's eyes? Share your opinion in the comments below. And if you found this article insightful and want to explore more profound stories about cinematic icons, make sure to like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss out on our fascinating upcoming content.